Hello, everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about business markets and how to analyze them. While consumer markets focus on individual buyer behavior, business markets work under different dynamics. Business markets, also known as B2B or business to business markets, refer to the transaction of goods and services between businesses rather than between businesses and the final consumers, which is characteristic of consumer markets or B2C. Business markets involve the purchase of goods and services that are used in the production of other goods or services or for resale by organizations such as retailers and wholesalers. These markets are essential in maintaining the supply chains that ultimately serve consumer markets. While business and consumer markets share similarities, business markets stand out because of several key characteristics that shape how companies operate and make purchasing decisions. In business markets, the number of buyers is smaller, but these buyers make much larger purchases and more expensive as well. This concentration of demand gives each buyer a huge purchasing power, meaning losing even one business customer can have a big impact on suppliers. As a result, customer retention becomes so important in B2B relationships. This concentrated nature also fosters long term relationships between suppliers and customers. Unlike the often impersonal and short lived transactions in B2C, B2B relationships involve continuous collaboration. Suppliers frequently customize their products and services to meet the specific demands of their customers. And this results in more integrated partnerships where trust and cooperation are integral for success. The purchasing process in business markets is also more formal and structured, typically managed by professional buyers or buying teams who base their decisions on objective criteria like price, technical specifications, and reliability of the product. And this is different from the B2C because purchases in B2C are driven more by personal preferences or emotions or recommendations of friends and family. But B2B transactions require careful consideration of the company's operational needs. This often involves multiple stages of evaluation and approval to ensure that the best decision is made for the company. Now, moreover, business buying decisions are rarely made by just one person, unlike B2C. Instead, they involve a group known as the buying center, where members from different departments contribute their expertise to the decision making process. This collective approach ensures that various perspectives, such as the technical feasibility and the financial impact on the company, are all considered to make the right choice. Demand in business markets is also closely tied to consumer demand, as businesses purchase goods based on their need to produce products for the end consumers. This derived demand means that changes in consumer preferences can directly influence business purchasing. Additionally, demand in B2B markets is often inelastic, with companies purchasing essential items regardless of price changes continuously to maintain their production. However, business demand is also more volatile than consumer demand because small shifts in consumer preferences can lead to significant changes in business orders because companies need to adjust their production levels. This volatility requires suppliers to be flexible and responsive to fluctuations in demand. Finally, business buyers are also typically geographically concentrated in industrial clusters where companies benefit from shared resources and infrastructure. In addition, B2B transactions often involve direct purchasing from the manufacturers, and this enables businesses to negotiate more favorable terms and customize solutions to their specific needs. In business markets, buying decisions are more complex and they can be categorized into three main types. One is straight rebuy, another is modified rebuy, and the last is new task. Each type of situation involves varying levels of complexity and engagement from the buying center. The straight rebuy is the most routine decision, where the buyer reorders a product or service without any changes. This occurs for items that are regularly bought and are regularly needed, like office supplies or raw materials. Since specifications have been established from prior purchases, purchasing is usually automated, requiring minimal involvement from the buying center. Suppliers who have proven reliable typically maintain long term relationships with buyers in a straight rebuy situation. A modified rebuy happens when the buyer wants to adjust certain aspects, such as product specifications, the price, or wants to renegotiate the contract terms. So the modified rebuy arises due to changing business needs or sometimes dissatisfaction with the current supplier or perhaps keeping up with technological advancements. This type of decision requires more involvement from different departments in the company, such as the engineering or finance, in order to re-evaluate the option or perhaps negotiate improved terms. Suppliers must demonstrate that they're flexible enough to accommodate the changes and the new demands of the business customer and add value to retain or win the business. And last is the new task buying. And this is the most complex and it involves purchasing a product or service for the first time. This happens when a business is expanding, or when it is launching a new product, or when it is adopting a new technology. The buying center's involvement is extensive and it requires rather multiple departments contributing to the decision making simply because it's a new decision to be made or it's a new kind of product to be bought. The process involves thorough need definition, supplier searches, proposal evaluations, and negotiations. Suppliers must present strong evidence of their capability in order to reduce buyer uncertainty and eventually win the contract.